Hey guys, my name is Iasmina and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to give you guys some gift ideas for the person in your life who may be a writer. As a writer myself, these are some things that I've received or owned that I think would make great gifts, and otherwise I will show you some things that I found online that I would love being a writer. I have actually made a video last year talking about gift ideas for book lovers, and obviously as a writer, I would hope you are also a book lover or the person is also a book lover. So everything that I mentioned in that video also applies to giving gifts to a writer, so I'll link that video up here. But these are just some, extra things that are more specific to writers, but obviously anything in that video would also make a great gift for a writer. It's the season to give gifts, I guess, so if you guys are still in need of that one present, here are some gift ideas for writers. The first idea I want to talk about is actually giving them a nice writing pen. This is one I have right here that I actually received myself as a gift, and I think it makes a wonderful gift for a writer. This specific brand is called Parker, and if I open it up, it looks like that. So this is a fountain pen, so this is sort of, what it looks like, but it's just a very nice, high quality fountain pen, and I think a writer would love this. Well, I love this, so I think other writers would love this. The thing is, most writers these days obviously write on a computer, so I think giving them something nice to write with might encourage them to write more on paper as well, and I just think it's a very representative gift, I think, for a writer, don't you think? So I think something like this would make a great gift. I'll obviously leave links to all of the things that I'm going to show you in the description, so you can easily find them if you so wish. The next thing to go with that fancy pen or on its own, I would recommend getting them some planners or journals or sketchbooks. We'll go through each of them one by one. So the first thing, planners. I don't know how many people they use planners, but as a writer, I think most of them do use some form of planning, because you never work on just one project as a writer, and sometimes you just need a better way to organize all of the time that you have to write. I think a planner would help them organize all of these projects a lot easier. So here is some planners I personally recommend. I really like Hobonichi planners. This is a Japanese planner brand, and I think it's one of the most famous planner brands. This is one from this year. There's different types as well. I'm going to show you the two that I have. This is called Hobonichi Weeks. It looks like this. There's different designs, there's different covers, there's a lot of accessories that can go with these planners as well, so it makes it very exciting every year when you have to choose a new planner. It's in Japanese, by the way, but none of the information that is in Japanese you necessarily rely on, so it's perfectly fine. You can totally tell, what day of the week it is and things like that. So this is sort of what the normal weekly spread looks like. You have the week here, and you have a lot of space to write down, and then some notes, where you can write your to-do lists and things. And then in the beginning of the book, you have monthly layouts where you can plan out what you need to do in that month. And at the back, you also have a lot of note space. There's plenty of space to take notes, and I think for me, especially, this is very important, this part, where I can actually write notes, because sometimes I don't always use it like per weekly basis, but I always need to write down lists and notes and things. So I think that is great. And then the other one I have is also Hobonichi, but this is the Hobonichi original. This is the English version. It is obviously in a cover, but sort of the same principle. You have the monthly spreads, but then unlike the weeks, this is a daily planner. So you have each page for each day, and you also get a little nice quote from Japanese literature for each day at the bottom here. Paper in this is really, really good. It goes really well with fountain pens as well. So I think a fountain pen and a planner would make an incredible gift. And continuing on with the stationery paper section, I love stationery, and I think most writers do, so this is why I have a lot of stationery in this video. But the next thing would just be a plain notebook. This is a Moleskine. This is a Harry Potter edition Moleskine, which I've also shown in a different video. And this is just a blank lined notebook, but again, as a writer, you have a lot of writing projects, you have a lot of notes to take, you can do world building in this, you can do planning, you can do so many things, and obviously something themed around a book like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. I actually also have a tiny little Moleskine that is themed around The Hobbit. So this is a very small one, but again, it's the same thing. It's just a blank lined notebook, and this is really nice to travel with. So this is also something I would recommend as a gift, because they can just put it in their bag and write notes, because you always have those ideas in the middle of doing something completely different. When you're out and about, you get ideas for books. So having something like this to quickly jot down that idea and not forget it, very useful. And then the last paper thing is maybe something a bit more specific. Not every writer is also into art, but I think a lot of them could be. So then I would recommend as a gift getting them a really nice sketchbook. This is the one that I'm gonna recommend personally, and I will show you how beautiful this is. I haven't actually started it yet because it is so precious, and I also have a lot of other sketchbooks to work in, but I'll just show you how gorgeous this is. Ta-da! The awesome thing about this is that you can personalize it. So right here it says Iasmina, it says my name. You can write anything you want in here. Well, you can write it when you order it, and they will print it like this. And again, there's different types you can choose from, different designs, but this is a mixed media sketchbook. You can also get a watercolor only sketchbook. So the brand is called Moistfull. It's a gorgeous sketchbook, and in the front it also has a bit of a planning section. You know, you can write important information about yourself, you can write your values and beliefs, inspiration board, favorite books and movies. It has a bit of that, but then it goes into just being, you know, a sketchbook. But I think this is a gorgeous sketchbook, and any writer who is also a bit into art, I think, would appreciate it. Plus, you could also just write in it, but obviously I think it's a bit of a waste if you just write in it, but you can use it as a journal and a bit of art on the side. The next thing I would recommend getting as a gift are books, but not just any books. These are books for writers, and these are some of my favorite writing craft books that I own and that I've talked about again separately in a different video that I'll link up here about my favorite writing craft books, but these are just a few of them. This is called The Anatomy of a Story by John Truby, and this is an awesome look into what it means to build a story, and it's a bit more out of the box than a lot of other writing craft books. So I would highly recommend this. Then something that isn't necessarily all about writing craft, it's half and half. It's actually Stephen King's On Writing, A Memory of the Craft. So this is also Stephen King's autobiography, but it also talks a lot about how his process of writing goes, pretty much. So it starts off with his autobiography and how he became to be a writer, and that part I think is very inspirational. Then it goes into his process of writing books, and I think this is awesome for a writer. I was very, very inspired reading this, so I think it would make a great gift for someone. And the last writing craft book I want to share with you guys is called Save the Cat by Blake Snyder. It says the last book on screenwriting that you'll ever need, but this works on any sort of fiction writing. So this is a very bogged down standard way to write a novel, and I think it works every single time. It's not very out of the box. It's very, like I said, you know, you just follow a set of rules, but if you do, then you'll have a pretty damn good story out of this. So I think something like this, if they don't already have it, and if they're thinking, even if you know someone that's thinking of writing a novel, I think giving them something like this to start off with, I think, is a great gift. Something else I would recommend as an idea, if your friend or whoever you're buying presents for is looking to be a traditionally published author. I know that's very specific, but if you know that they're looking to be a traditionally published author and they haven't already found an agent, I think a great gift would be to get them the next year's book of agents. I'll put a picture up here and I'll obviously link it down below. I don't own one currently, but this is just, you know, a big catalog of all of the best agents that they can query. If someone is planning to be a traditionally published author, they need an agent, and I think something like this would make a great gift for them to peruse and then pick some agents that they could query and hopefully set them off on their traditionally published career if they aren't already. Something that I'm actually currently wearing that I would also recommend would make a great gift is this is a NaNoWriMo shirt. NaNoWriMo is an event that takes place every November where a lot of writers from all over the world get together to take place in a challenge to write a novel in a month. So 50,000 words in a month. A lot of people take on this challenge, and if your friend is a writer, then they have most likely heard of NaNoWriMo or have tried it themselves. But they have, you know, a shop where you can get like merch and things, and I think, you know, if you know that they've participated in NaNoWriMo, then I think something like that would make a great gift for them. And sticking to the apparel section, I've actually found something that is so cool. I don't own it, but I really like to at some point. These awesome writing gloves that I found on Etsy from a shop that makes a lot of Bookish apparel, so they make scarves and these writing gloves. You know, in the wintertime especially, obviously, things can get a bit cold, and as a writer you just type away at your computer, and I definitely get cold hands, cold fingers a lot when I do that, so I think these will make an awesome Christmas present. They look so comfy and warm and would keep your hands nice and cozy when you're typing away, especially during NaNoWriMo where you have to write all of the words. I think something like that would keep your hands very cozy, so I recommend checking that out. Speaking of cozy things, I don't know many writers who don't like coffee or tea, so I think with tea specifically, I think you could definitely consider getting them some really nice, you know, like nice tea, or nice coffee for that matter. I think warm drinks during your writing session is one of the best things, so I would definitely recommend something like that. And then of course, you need something to drink that nice tea or coffee from, so I would recommend getting them a big mug. This is nothing special, it's very big and cozy, and I love drinking tea and coffee from it. It's because it just holds a lot more than like a normal cup would, a normal mug would, so I think if you just find a nice looking big, you know, hearty mug, I think that would make a great gift. A bit of a more expensive gift, but this is something I would recommend because I know anyone would love something like this, but especially a writer, because a lot of times we're writing in random places where there's a lot of noise, and not everyone can concentrate and fully focus when there's noise around them, so I think getting them a pair of noise-cancelling headphones would make an awesome gift, albeit a bit more of an expensive gift, but obviously that depends on which type of headphones you can find. These are my personal noise-cancelling headphones that I absolutely love. These are Bang & Olufsen. I mostly use them to listen to music, but obviously they're noise-cancelling, they're awesome, and if you do need a bit of quiet space in which to focus and write, I think you can't really go wrong with noise-cancelling headphones. And then since we're on the topic of writing sessions, I think an awesome gift, if they don't already own it, is to give them a writing software. And the one I'd recommend is the one I use all the time, and that is Scrivener. I'll leave a link down below because I've talked about this before. You can see it in my best writing tools video, which I'll link up here if you're interested, but Scrivener is awesome. It lets you plan things out, it lets you create notes and character sheets and scene cards and anything you can think of, as well as actually, you know, the word processing document, so you can actually write your novel in it, and it takes care of everything. You can even export it into manuscript forms and different Mobi different ebook forms as well, and it's fantastic. I would highly recommend it. Another gift I think would be really cute is maybe some bookish themed board games or writing themed board games, and there's a few that I don't actually own but that I'll link down below, and I'll put some pictures up here. But the one that I'm currently thinking about is, you know, those story cubes games where I guess they're meant to be played as a social board game where you come up with stories to tell each other, I think. But I think actually that would be really useful as a writing tool. There's different themes around these story cubes, so you know, the idea is you pick a bunch from different themes and you roll the dice, and then you try to come up with a story that represents the images that you rolled. So I think that's actually, I need to get that for myself, because I think that would be an awesome way to maybe get out of a reading slump if you need to write but you're not sure, you know, what to write, especially during nano or something like that. Then, you know, just roll the dice and then think of something to write based on that. I think that would make an awesome gift, and like a stocking stuffer kind of gift maybe. Another thing that would make an awesome gift that you might not think about is subscription boxes. Now obviously I've shown quite a few bookish subscription boxes on my channel, but there are also some writing themed subscription boxes. And the one that I'm most familiar with is Scribbler, I think it's called. I'll put a picture up here and obviously link everything down below, but I've never had it myself, but I've seen other people unbox it, and I think it looks really useful, and I think it would be a really nice Christmas present. Obviously you don't necessarily have to buy them a full subscription, like a year subscription, but you can just get them one box. Then it comes with a lot of different writing themed goodies and a book as well maybe, and actually probably a lot of the things that I mentioned in this video, you know, because it's a writing themed box, so check that out. And the last thing I want to recommend getting as a gift is skincare. Now I know that might seem a little bit random, but trust me, writers can get stressed a lot sometimes, and there's nothing better than having a pampering session for yourself. And skincare is a huge important part in taking care of yourself, and I think it's also a very relaxing thing to do. So I'll just show you a couple of things that I picked up recently for myself that I think would make great skincare gifts. So the first thing I would recommend are sheet masks. I know these have also become super popular in general, but this is such a nice way to relax at the end of a stressful day. They are really, really nice. These are just a couple from a brand called Innisfree. Innisfree is a Korean brand, and actually all of the ones that I'm going to show you are Korean brands. They make great skincare. And then speaking of moisturizing your face, nothing better than a really nice moisturizing cream. This particular one is from Etude House, another one of my favorite Korean brands, and it's called Moistfull Collagen Cream. And it smells really, really nice, and it feels really, really nice and light on the skin. So I think this is great for, again, a pampering session, but obviously, you know, just something to use every day on your skin. And then the last skincare item I would recommend is a serum. This is something that might not be in everyone's sort of skincare routine, but this is by a brand called Jumiso. It's an all-day vitamin brightening and balancing facial serum. So it's a bottle with a dropper. And you just pump a couple of these pumps really, you don't need more than that. And then you just tap it into your face, and it leaves it really moisturized and fresh feeling, and it gives you that little nice healthy glow, I think, and it's really, really good for your skin. So yeah, that was everything I would recommend as a gift for a writer. Of course, if you need more ideas, like I said, you can also watch my Bookish gift ideas guide that I made last year. But I hope this was helpful in some way, and if you still needed to find that perfect gift for someone in your life, then I hope this gave you a nice idea. And like I said, you can find links to everything that I've shown down in the description. And yeah, I hope you have a nice day, and I wish you all the good luck if you still need to buy presents for someone, because that ain't fun. Yeah, that was it for me today, guys. Hope you have a great day. Bye!